Hi guys, my name is Tatiana Medintseva and you are on my crochet channel. In this video I will show you the continuation of the video tutorial about such a small dragon. I expect feedback from you. Likes, comments, I read everything and try to answer, right from which country you are watching my videos. Who hasn't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and let's go. In the last video we have already done most of the work. You can already see the cool baby dragon. I decided to make crest on the head and back in this light pink color. I decided not to do it in white. You choose the color that you like best. I have this leftover yarn and decided to use it. By the way, that small skein of yarn, 50 grams, was enough and there is still some left. Premium yarn Baby Love. I crocheted the first leg from another skein, but you can still see that one skein is enough. What's left is also enough for the ears. Crests on the head can be made in any color. In any case, one skein should be enough. If you use a standard 100 gram skein, then you need half a skein. We are now making the central crests. Let's start here, right in the middle. Somewhere here we now attach the thread. We don't change the hook. We attach the thread here. We make a loop and tighten the end of the thread on the right. From here we will make the central crest. Showing what we are doing, we bring out the hook, grab the working thread and make a slip stitch. In the next stitch we make one single crochet. It's important to make sure you are crocheting in the middle. The single crochet is done. In the next stitch we make one half double crochet. To do this, we first need to make a yarn over. After this, insert your hook into the next stitch and pull out the working thread. There should be 3 loops on the hook and we crochet them at a time. Now we make one chain stitch. Yarn over again and crochet into the same stitch and make one half double crochet. This is such beauty. In the next stitch we make a slip stitch. This is when we just pulled out the thread. In the next stitch, one single crochet. Now again in one stitch we make one half double crochet, one chain stitch and one half double crochet. We made a yarn over, crocheted it into stitch and crocheted it into one go. One half double crochet, one chain stitch, yarn over again and in the same stitch we make one more half double crochet. Ready. Next we do the same thing, that is a slip stitch. In the next stitch one single crochet. And then in one stitch, one half double crochet, one chain stitch and one half double crochet. This is what the crest should look like. In this way we crochet along the head, along the back, along the tail. Always make sure you are moving centered. When we make a crest on the tail, we only need to grab the upper part of the tail with the hook. For convenience, the tail can be squeezed a little. We disconnect and grab only the top stitches. We crochet the crest ourselves along the entire length. This is done by those who will crochet the wings. If you use solid, ready-made wings, then you don't need to naturally crochet the central part with the crest. You will sew the wings in place of the crest, but the crest will just get in the way. In general, we crochet the crest yourself the way you need. This is what my dragon's crest looks like. We insert the end of the thread into the needle. Pull the thread down into the middle. Through one stitch, we pull the thread up again. I want to tighten the dragon's muzzle a little. Here again we pull the thread down through one stitch. I pull it up a little so that the muzzle is a little tighter. If suddenly you have the end of the thread too short, then it's okay. Hide it inside. Later you can use thread to tighten it when you make the side crests. I'm just pulling the dragon's muzzle off. I'll leave this end of the white thread for now, then I will tie it together with another thread and hide it inside. This is how beautiful it turns out. Now we will make the eyebrows above the eyes. Eyebrows above the eyes. You just asked me to do this on a big dragon. I'll show you on a small dragon. The principle is the same. We will make regular single crochets. I inserted the hook between the eyes and the edge and grabbed the working thread. I make a loop. We take the toe upside down. You will feel where you can grab it, and there we make a single crochet. Just above the eye, single crochet. You can also do it one row higher, so see for yourself where you want it most. On the yellow dragon I made the eyebrows one row higher, and on our pink dragon I want to do them right next to the eyes. If you don't like something, you can always change it. Here on the side I want to go one row further. One row further. This is the fantasy of each of us, as we like best. We do the eyebrows with ordinary single crochets. You can try to do it with half double crochets, but the eyebrows will probably be very voluminous. For me, single crochets are the perfect eyebrow option. This is what the eyebrows will look like. To make the eye more open, then you need to crochet the eyebrows one row higher. I leave it as I have already done. I'll just redo the last section where I did upwards from the eye. I want closer. It will be more beautiful this way. I'll do it right next to the eye. I insert the hook wherever it goes. Done. Cut the thread. You can leave the end longer to extend it to the second eye and create an eyebrow there. I like. We pull the thread down in the center so that it doesn't interfere. I'm pulling out the needle for now. I will thread this working thread to the other side to make an eyebrow. This is how the eyebrow turned out. The yellow dragon's eyebrow is made one row higher. A little different, but beautiful either way. You don't have to do your eyebrows at all. You see what you like best. We do the eyebrow above the second eye in exactly the same way, only we will crochet from the outside to the inside. The eyebrows are ready. I still have a long enough end of the thread left, so I can immediately make the nostrils. If your thread is too short or there is no thread left at all, then take another thread. We pull the thread somewhere here, and after one stitch we insert the hook again. Now in this direction also through one stitch. The nostrils can be made in a different color, also to your taste. Now we straight the thread to the other side. We embroider the same thing. I like everything. Pull the thread down. Tie a knot at the bottom. The thread is very weak, it deteriorates quickly. I haven't crocheted with it for a long time. I can't even tie a knot. Cut the thread, tie a knot. Cut the thread, tie a knot. We hide the end of the thread inside. This is such a miracle in my hands. Small baby dragon looms. Now we'll make a heart, sew it to the tail, and all that remains is to do a little. Hook number 4. We make a loop and 2 chain stitches and make 7 single crochets in the first chain stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the second row we make 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We make a slip stitch and be sure to turn the crochet inside out. Let's leave a small end of the thread here. Then we use it to close the hole between the 2 halves of the heart. Pull out the thread and leave it there for now. We crochet the other half of the heart in the same way. Just don't cut the thread, but we will continue to crochet the heart. The second half of the thread is ready. Just didn't make a slip stitch at the end and didn't cut the thread. Crochet turned it side out. Take the first half of the heart and make 6 single crochets along it. Here we have made a clip stitch, so we insert the hook into the next stitch and make 1 single crochet. Please note, we use a working thread and not the end that was left for the hole. We make the first single crochet and we can put a marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready. Let's move on to the other half of the heart. We need to skip 1 stitch on this half of the heart. Starting from the second stitch, we also make 6 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We should finish right next to the first crochet stitch. Pull the thread out a little and remove the marker. We made sure everything is correct. Here, between the 2 halves, there is a hole. We need to sew it. I use a needle. It's the easiest way. We need to sew those 2 halves of the heart together so that there is no hole. Everything is fine, I continue. The hole is sewn, everything is fine. Tie a knot and hide the thread inside. Let's continue further. Now we already have row number 4. In the fourth row we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease and do this 4 times. 1 single crochet is done and we put a marker. And 1 decrease is the first time. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease is the second time. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease is the third time, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease is the fourth time. I can't always figure out a crochet pattern right away. My patterns are written down in this form. This is where I talk about my heart. Here I changed my mind and changed something. First I come up with a crocheting pattern, write down with a pencil. Then I have to erase and write down differently. Add a little filler. We end with decreases. At this point the heart will be ready. We hide the thread inside. We finish making the heart ourselves. This is such a small heart. We use the end of the thread left on the tail to sew on the heart. You can also use a regular needle and thread to sew the heart to the tail. So in this position we finish on our own. This is how I managed to sew the heart to the tail. Everything looks very nice. Now let's make the side crests. Can be done in any color. I will make the side crests in the same color as the main crest. Insert a hook above the eye. We make a loop as usual. Crochet pattern for side crest. 1 single crochet and 1 increase. 1 single crochet and 1 increase. I'm showing. I go in with a crochet hook and crochet these loops. This is the first single crochet. In the next stitch I make 1 increase. That is, we make 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. In the next stitch I again make 1 single crochet. And in the next stitch I make 1 single crochet and in the same stitch the second single crochet. Then we continue in exactly the same way. 1 single crochet and 1 increase. Crochet to the central crest. On the other side you can use a new thread or tie a knot with the existing one and continue on the other side. I repeat, we crochet to the center and then move to the second tie. Near the central crest it was secured with a knot. I reached the central crest. I'll pull out the thread. Cut the thread from the skein as much as needed and crochet it to the other side. The thread has been pulled under the central crest. I continue to make the crest on this side. Ready. I turned out beautifully. I hope you do too. The dragon can be called crowned. I also suggest to make the muzzle more expressive, to make the nostrils with white thread. I'll try it and see how it turns out. It seems beautiful. You can also make stripes on the chest. When there is a little thread left, you start to think about where to use it. Somehow I have doubts that it's beautiful with stripes. Still, it would be better without the stripes. In general, stripes are optional. I show you what a baby dragon looks like. I remove the stripes on the chest. Now we will make the ears. You can also leave the dragon without ears, that's also beautiful. Or for example, make the ears smaller. We will act according to the situation. We insert the hook in the place where you think the ear should be. We grab the thread with a hook as usual and make a loop. From here we make 2 chain stitches. Now we insert the hook into the head. I show it on the screen. And make a slip stitch. Now we make 2 chain stitches again. I insert a hook next to it and again make a slip stitch. By the way, you can make a slip stitch and you can also make a single crochet stitch. Again 2 chain stitches. And a slip stitch. Small ears I like. For the yellow dragon I made 3 chain stitches and the ears turned out to be more curly. The pink dragon has 2 chain stitches. Write me which do you prefer, yellow or pink dragon ears. Still, I changed my mind and will also make 3 chain stitches for the pink dragon. It seems to me that the yellow dragon is more expressive, as if from another planet. Remaking 3 chain stitches. And now we make a slip stitch. The toy is far from me, so it's inconvenient to crochet. A single crochet will be easier to make. From here, 1, 2, 3 and single crochet. Three chain stitches. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet or slip stitch. This is such beauty. We leave the end of the thread longer to thread it to the other side. Thread the thread to the other side. It will probably be easier to thread the thread with a needle. On the other side, we do the same. 3 chain stitches, a large ear, or 2 chain stitches, a smaller ear. The main thing is that the ears are the same. We will also process this thread later. We will tie a knot and hide it inside. This is how beautiful it turns out. The ears are ready. All we have to do is make the wings. I'm showing you one completed wing. In this position we will sew the wing and everything will be fine. It will be very beautiful. For the wings we also use hook number 4. We make a loop and 15 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. From the second stitch from the hook, we begin to make 14 single crochets in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We've just reached the end of the row. The first row was 15 chain stitches. The second row was 14 single crochets. We make 1 chain stitch and reverse the crochet direction. In the third row we make 12 single crochets. Naturally we skip the chain stitch and here we start crocheting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Again we make 1 chain stitch and reverse the crochet direction. In the fourth row we make 11 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again we make 1 chain stitch and reverse the crochet direction. In the fifth row we make 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again we make 1 chain stitch and reverse the crochet direction. In the 6th row we make 9 single crochets in the opposite direction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is where you should finish. Now we need to make 1 single crochet at this vertex. Again we make 1 chain stitch and revert the crochet direction. In the next row we make 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 single crochets are made. Again we make 1 chain stitch and revert the crochet direction. We make 11 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We make a slip stitch and leave enough thread to sew the wing to the body. This is the second wing ready for the dragon. Sew in this position. We sew only this part, here. We sew it on exactly the same way as I showed on the big dragon. Beautiful, we sew it ourselves. I showed how to sew on a big dragon. If anyone needs it, you can look at it in detail there. This is such a cutie. In my opinion, this is a masterpiece dragon. I praised myself. Without exaggeration, very beautiful little dragons. I look at the dragons and it seems to me that the eyes can be inserted between the 19th and 20th row. For the yellow dragon, between the 19th and 20th row. For the pink dragon, between the 20th and 21st row. The yellow dragon has eyes with planted pupils, while the pink dragon has normal eyes. We have finished our dragon. I hope everything worked out for you and you were able to make such a wonderful little dragon. I wish you a good mood and bye-bye.